Hello everyone, today's book is called Itty Bitty Witch. It's by Trisha Speed Shaskan and illustrated by Xindi Yan. There's our little witch. Here's our title page. We've got a scarecrow. It says, "Welcome First Years." So it looks like they're starting witch school. Betty Ann Batsworth couldn't wait to get to her classroom. It was her first day as a first grade witch. And she is excited for it. Look at all those cool things that they have at the school, like an eyeball in a cage. "Is that your kinder broom?" Abby Owlsgate asked. The other witches laughed. They had first grade brooms. "She isn't big enough for a real broom." "Let's call her Itty Bitty," Sam Catswell pointed. "My name is Betty," Betty replied. "Hi, Betty," Taylor Toadsy waved. Between the broom closet and class, the others witches called Betty Itty Bitty at least 5 times, which she didn't like, not one bit. She started to feel itty bitty inside. Oh. So she was kind of smaller than the other kids, but they're making fun of her for being small and having a kinder broom instead of first grade broom. And she's not feeling so good inside now, is she? Yeah. During morning meeting, Miss Fitz said, "This year you'll get to fly in the Halloween Dash. Each grade has its own race, and one winner all month long will practice for it." Betty had an idea. If she won the Halloween Dash, maybe she wouldn't be called Itty Bitty anymore. Oh, so there's a big contest. And Betty says, if I can win it, maybe they'll start respecting me. The next day, Miss Fit taught the witches to race. The other witches bolted, but Betty's broom was shorter and she couldn't keep up. Oh no. That's not going to help her win the race, is it? Betty had an idea. What if she tried a running start? Swoosh, whoosh. Uh-oh. Oops. "Oh, itty bitty," Abby said, and Betty felt itty bitty inside. So she had a good idea. What if I start running? Maybe that'll make me faster, but she crashed into a tombstone. And they made fun of her once again. And look at this ghost. Doesn't even seem too happy with her. She's feeling itty bitty inside again. Oh, Betty. For the whole month, the witches raced and chased. Miss Fitz said, "Practice makes magic." Betty tried for speed. She nosedived. Whoosh. So look at there, all the places they're flying. Looks like over swamps, through tunnels, through forests. Now she's trying to nosedive. Do you see what might happen here? I see a bird with a nest of babies. I'm a little worried. Uh-oh. Oops. "Oh, itty bitty," Sam said. "It's Betty," Betty said, but she felt itty bitty inside. So, even though she's standing up for herself, which is good, she says, "I'm not itty bitty, I'm Betty." She still feels itty bitty inside because they keep making fun of her and she keeps failing at the task she's wanting to do. She keeps not being able to catch up, not being able to do this flying she wants to do, even though she's trying so hard. I'm feeling pretty sorry for her. The next time, Betty dreamed of speed. An idea flew by. What if she flip-flapped her arms? "Wicked," Taylor said. "Do you always have to be different?" Abby asked. Where do you think she got the idea for flapping her arms, like, to get faster. Yeah, I think she was watching the bats fly and thought, if that's how they fly, what if I fly like that too? Only she's not a bat, she's a witch. Didn't quite work the same, did it? Finally, Miss Fit showed the class the race course. Mind the caves and the trees, stay on the paths, ride the breeze. How would Betty remember the way? Miss Fit's words gave her an idea. What if Betty made a poem? So they've got this kind of complicated map, and she's thinking, how am I going to remember how to go? She's going to create a poem. What a great idea to help her remember. Cattails, grave, pines and cave, Betty said quietly. Cattails, graves, pines and caves. Weird, Sam said. Itty Bitty is talking to herself. Betty had had enough. It's Betty, she said, but she still felt itty bitty inside. So even though they're making fun of her, and even though she's trying really hard to stand up for herself, she's still feeling hurt. She's still feeling small inside. About their unkindness. Ooh, yes, the sign says Halloween Dash. On the big day, the witches lined up for the Halloween Dash. The first witch across the finish line wins, Miss Fit said. On your mark, get set, fly! Betty got a running start. Swish! But her classmates soon caught up. Cattails, grave, pines and cave, Betty said. Steadying herself, she's just reminding herself this is the course. She did her running start. They did catch up, but she's reminding herself the course. The witches raced towards the cave. They flew up, down, and around it. But Betty slowed to do the same. Uh-oh, she started to slide. See you later, Abby said. Oh, see you later. See you and your kinder broom later. Sorry. Ooh, Abby is being very unkind. We've got Betty falling off her broom. Instead of helping, she just goes, see you later. Betty felt so itty-bitty inside, she thought she might shrink small enough to disappear. But that gave her the biggest idea yet. What if she became as itty-bitty as she could? Flap, flap. Swish. Betty did what bigger witches couldn't do. She flew straight through the cave. Wicked, Taylor cheered. So most of the witches have to fly around the cave, but if she makes herself small enough, she can fit through the cave like a bat. Ooh, cool. Look at that big smile. I think she's feeling kind of proud of herself. As they raced to the finish line, Betty nosedived. Whoosh. The winner is Betty, Miss Fit said. Itty Bitty, Sam said. No, it's Itty Betty, Betty said, and she felt big inside. No, she doesn't feel itty bitty anymore. She feels big. Because she was able to swoosh on by everybody and go through the cave that no one else could. The class chanted, Itty Betty, Itty Betty. And Betty liked her new nickname every itty bit. Well, sometimes we all feel a little different, whether it be our size, something about the way we speak or look, or the things that we eat. All sorts of things can make us feel different than other people, but when we start to embrace those things about ourselves and celebrate them, and we stop listening to people who are trying to put us down, we might succeed in ways that we didn't know was possible. And you know what? I don't think that the kids who were making fun of her felt so good doing that, you know? It doesn't feel good to be mean to others. And I noticed one friend kept cheering her on, and that was a good friend. That was a good thing for that person to do. And they were proud of Betty, and so when Betty succeeded, they got to celebrate right along with her because they were cheering her on. So it's a good lesson to remember to be kind to one another, no matter what our differences are. Thanks for reading and learning with me. I hope you have a splendid day. See you soon.